Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Lil Brownie out here, and you know the rest. So I'm sure many of you recently have been playing Pokemon Sword and Shield, the latest in a long line of Pokemon games that, for the longest time, have kind of been losing my interest. The last game I genuinely remember enjoying and playing through completely was Black and White, and mostly only because the evil team in that game made a good point about how humans were practically abusing Pokemon, so I was interested in seeing where they would take the story. Unfortunately, it didn't end up going anywhere because the main villain turned out to be a generic bad guy who just wanted to take over the world. Regardless, I remember thoroughly enjoying Black and White. I barely paid attention to the story in X and Y because it was so boring, and I couldn't even bring myself to play more than 2 hours of Sun and Moon. It was just that uninteresting to me. Now, I don't want you guys to think that I'm some kind of a Gen 1er who only likes the first game, because I'm not. I enjoyed the first 5 generations of Pokemon games, and it's not like I disliked the later generations because I grew older, because I've been playing a lot of fan games recently like Uranium and Phoenix Rising, and I enjoy the hell out of them, so it's not that either. In my opinion, in recent years, Pokemon games have lost something special about them. I don't want to disrespect Nintendo or any of the employees who put so much hard work and dedication into delivering these games to us, but there has been a drop in quality in the recent gen games. And if you're one of those people that thinks that improved graphics and pretty animations means that the games have been getting better, then I have news for you. Graphics don't make a game good. They never have, and the same goes for Pokemon. A lot of the insanely popular fan games out there have the same level of graphics as Gen 4 and 5 did, yet people still love them because at their core, they have something that each good Pokemon game used to have. Something that the recent games have lost. You want to know what it is? In my opinion, it's handholding. If my memory serves me well, Pokemon games used to be linear in the sense that you had to go through 8 gyms in a set order and whatnot, but they didn't hold your hand through the experience. In the OG games, the very first gym leader, Brock, could have either been a breeze or a pain in the ass to beat depending on which starter you chose. But the game never actually told you that. You just had to lose to him first in order to realize that there was a system of type advantages and that you needed to catch a new Pokemon if you wanted to stand a chance. Now, compare that to the newer games. I know I said I enjoyed Black and White, but one problem I had with that game was that every gym leader was incredibly easy. And if we're making a direct comparison to Brock, this game's first gym was guaranteed to be a breeze because the game would give you one of the 3 monkey Pokemon, and this would immediately give you an advantage against the leader. And that pretty much annihilated the whole point of having the player learn through trial and error, or having the player to catch and experiment themselves with different Pokemon, rather than be given the correct one to win the battle with. This pattern of handholding also continues into the rivals. In the OG games, Blue, or Gary, was an absolute piece of garbage that deserved to burn in the 7th layer of Dante's Inferno. He was horrible. Not only did he make fun of you and trash talk you at any given moment, he actually had a good team to back up all that trash talk. For those of you who've only played the newer games, this might be a very foreign concept, but sometimes you could actually lose to your rival, and you just have to go back and try again until you beat him, or else you couldn't progress. Compare that to like X and Y, where your rival isn't even a rival anymore. They're just a nice person who's your best friend, and sometimes they even heal all your Pokemon right before they fight you to give you a fair chance. No, screw that. I want a challenge. I want to go through an onslaught of trainers with half my team fainted by the end of it, and then randomly have my rival show up like the piece of garbage that he is, only to challenge me to an unfair battle. That kind of challenge was so much more satisfying in the long run because you felt like you earned your victory. And when the game ended and you became champion and your rival literally couldn't comprehend the concept of having lost, and then Professor Oak came in and was like, "Hey, I came to congratulate you, but you already lost." That felt good. You actually felt like you had accomplished something. But that doesn't exist anymore. As the games have gone on, they have continued to become easier and easier for no reason. Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee are so insanely easy that I don't even think it's possible to lose a battle in that game. I'm serious, they've added so many mechanics that make leveling your Pokemon the easiest thing in the world, to the point where your team can easily be 10 or more levels above each gym leader by the time you go fight them. That is crazy, and more importantly, it makes the game boring. The most basic thing that a video game needs to accomplish is that it needs to be fun, and the best way to do that is to make it challenging. It shouldn't be so hard that the player feels disheartened and just gives up, but it also shouldn't be so easy that the player feels as if everything is being handed to them, because then they didn't accomplish anything. The game did it all for them. And that's the biggest problem with Pokemon games. Instead of leaving you in this massive open world with a basic quest, allowing you to explore and experiment and learn from your experiences, it handholds you through every single aspect of the game like you're a 3-year-old learning to walk for the first time. It no longer feels like an adventure. It feels like a never-ending tutorial where the entire world revolves around your character, rather than being a world in which you partake in. A world in which you can win or lose depending on how hard you're willing to work to be the very best, like no one ever was. Bam! You see what I just did there? Man, I'm such a genius. Now, before I close off this video, I do want to give you guys some personal recommendations on fan games that you should play if you feel the same way as I do about the newer official titles. Here are my 3 main recommendations. If you want a game that diverges from the typical 8 gym leader formula, try out Pokemon Phoenix Rising. It's a beautiful game with incredible sprite work and a quest system that makes the story so refreshing to go through. If you do want a game that sticks to the typical formula, then get Pokemon Uranium, which introduces a new type of Pokemon, nuclear types, along with a whole new region's worth of new Pokemon, including awesome new starters that are all great in their own regards. And finally, if you're just looking for a new interesting story to go through, try out Pokemon Fusion Generations, as it takes place in the canonical universe, and it has a sequel that I'm planning on playing at some point because it looks incredible. And trust me when I say that the story of this game gets dark, it gets serious, and it's awesome. If you guys are interested, I might even do a walkthrough of this at some point. I'll put general links to all the websites of these fan games in the comments below, but if you do want to download them, you'll have to figure that out yourself, since I'm pretty sure Nintendo will have me assassinated if I did that. Trust me though, it only takes a basic Google search to find a place where you can download the games. Regardless, that's all the time I have for this video. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below, whether you agree or disagree with me. I could be completely wrong about this, and I might just be an angry old man who refuses to enjoy anything new. I'm open to your opinion, so let me know what you think. If you liked the video, hit the like button, and if you didn't, hit the dislike button. Just be honest, that's all I ask. If you want to see more gaming related videos, be sure to subscribe. Thanks again for watching. This is Little Brownie, out.